Alright, welcome to episode 2 of Honest Nonsense. This is Walter Skuzeski talking. I had some stuff planned yesterday, but there was the hearing of the FBI agent Peter Strzok, who was the one that was texting someone he was having an affair with inside the FBI, Lisa Page. I'm really not going to talk about it. The reality is their story is not significant other than this. Republicans are using him to muck this thing up. It's obvious, it's clear. And they want to make it sound like he's, partisan and the FBI is this leftist. I mean, the audacity and that they would use the idea that the FBI is like this left-wing deep state is just the fact that they can pull that off with their crowd shows how fucking dumb conservatives are in this situation, how fucking insane. So it doesn't really, because the thing is that a lot of so like one of the guys that was castigating him was Scott DeJarlis. Scott Desjarlais. He's listen to this. He's had 2 abortions, maybe 3, if you count the one he pressured a girlfriend who happened to be his patient to get. So he might have 3 abortions. 3 of the people he's been, and those are patients, man. He had sexual relations with multiple patients, man. And he's gonna get up here and tell this guy about adultery and morality, man. My God. He pulled out a gun during an argument with his first wife, and he prescribed pills to another patient while they were dating. So this guy, he has a tweet where he's like talking about Peter Strzok he's being misrepresented by his own words in his own text. And then he also had a tweet about the hearing of hashtag up is down and down is up. And yeah, you're right, because, they're so busy on this guy. When the fact is like, if this guy was so partisan, he would have leaked. They were investigating whether or not Russia was trying to infiltrate our elections, trying to rig and fuck with our elections. This guy was looking into it, and guess what? He didn't say anything. He was an anti-Trump guy. Yeah, he does not like Donald Trump, and guess what? Donald Trump, he didn't really say anything. We didn't know that there was an investigation into Donald Trump until 2017. So this guy actually was clearly doing his job. There's nothing there, but Republicans are going to use this for their audience, and their audience is dumb enough to follow. Keep in mind that while this is happening, while they're doing this hearing, Donald Trump is across the Atlantic trying to fuck up the NATO alliance, talking about maybe pulling the United States out. Now, and honestly, he's just like, he goes there, he's an asshole. He brags about the 2% increase in spending, even though that's something that NATO agreed to while Obama was still president. But Donald Trump is an unrelentingly dipshit narcissist. So, but just keep that in mind. While Republicans here are doing this fucking douchebag dumb trial, where Trey Gowdy and Daryl Issa are on the fucking... When those two are doing a hearing, it is just fucking garbage nonsense, man. 2.5, conservatives and people like, what's happening with the Russian, almost 2 years, no evidence. Well, actually, 5 people have pleaded guilty, and there's been 20 indictments, so actually there is fucking evidence, man. And Donald Trump Jr.'s own fucking emails prove that there was something going on, or at least that they were trying. And by the way, you could fucking we could get Trump out of there by just, referring to the goddamn Constitution. Donald Trump and his family are profiting off of being president of the United States. They're making hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars being fucking president, or being Jared Kushner, or being Ivanka, so, like, we don't even need the Russian investigation to prove that Donald Trump is a fucking un-American piece of shit. So, but anyways, I'm gonna just move on, because... Oh, wait, actually, you know what? So, Louis Gohmert asked, how he's telling this, fucking Mr. Strzok, how could you, with that grin on your face, how could you, with that same grin that you have on your face, look at your wife in the eyes and, while you're cheating on her? Well, Louis, Donald Trump fucked a porn star, so, let's and he grabs one by the pussy, but I digress. But, like, Louis Gohmert's got he's got a good head set on his shoulders, and, like this, he goes, that night of the election, I'd already come to grips, Gohmert said. The U.S. Commission on Civil Rights says that Christians are the biggest hate group threatening America, in essence. Yeah, that's not, like, yeah, but, he's fucking an idiot. He said that, and you had Hillary, who wants to make it a crime to say anything negative about radical Islam, and Loretta Lynch, who were in favor of making it a crime to question man-made global warming. Yeah, not true, but you know what? Sorry, it's just Republicans don't care about truth or facts, okay? They're done with it. They're fucking insane kooks. So Louis Gohmert, he also in the past, to prove how fucking intelligent this idiot is, he like, they were talking about, so the evil forces, he bitched about the evil force against which he wants to defend the creatures is the halting of the flow of oil through the pipeline. And by that, they were debating on whether to shut down a pipeline in Alaska, and he was saying if you did that the so this is what Gohmert said. His theory on why you need to keep the pipelines in Alaska. The caribou very much enjoy the warmth the pipeline radiates. So when they want to go on a date, they invite each other to head over to the pipeline, he informed his colleagues. And he said, so my real concern now, if oil stops running through the pipeline, do we need a study to see how adversely the caribou would be affected if that warm oil ever quit flowing? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that guy, he's gonna, who I want to have run an investigation? Louis Gohmert, the guy who thinks that they go on a date, they go to this pipeline, they go to the heat of the pipeline attracts the caribou, and it makes them really fucking horny. Jesus Christ. Or you have this guy, Tom Morano, who in 2007, as U.S. Attorney in Pennsylvania, had to resign because he was trying to provide a reference to a close friend who's also a convicted felon, Louis de Naples. He also he criticized an opponent, Representative Chris Carney, for leaving Washington as an anti-abortion bill was being circulated during the healthcare reform debate. Now, he says, he's bitching that this guy's leaving, and okay, until you see why he's leaving, and he was leaving because he was went to go see his wife, who was undergoing surgery for breast cancer. So he's attacking this guy who's going to go up there and talk about morals today at the hearing of Mr. Strzok. This guy's gonna go up there and talk about morals and all this shit. He's gonna go there, get his 5 minutes worth of shit on the Strzok. Meanwhile, this guy's attacking political opponents who leave to go be with their wife when they're having fucking surgery for breast cancer. These people are they have no shame, man. These fucking people have no shame, and that's why it was just a big fucking fraud scam thing to dilute the situation, while meanwhile Trump is trying to do everything he can to do getting rid of NATO is what Putin wants. So I mean, it's just right in their face. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's really terrifying because Anna Arendt, who wrote The Origins of Totalitarianism, said that, like, you know, like, or fucking Voltaire. Let me look up a Voltaire quote. Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. And that is what is fucking terrifying, man. We live in a country right now where people literally think the scandal is fucking Mr. Strzok and his affair with Lisa Page. And that the Trump thing, even though Trump Jr. gave us evidence himself about this. Like, holy shit. That Desarius, he has a hashtag up is down, down is up with regard to the hearing. I mean, dude, that is you guys. Oh, Garland isn't a radical judge. No, actually, your guys fucking are. Gorsuch, yeah, he's actually the guy. This Kavanaugh guy, yeah, he's actually kind of the activist judge. But it's really pointless talking about how Republicans are hypocrites, because it's just like you're not gonna get anything from them, man. They don't give a shit about what we're doing to immigrants. The only thing they care about is fetuses, and I don't really believe that, because they want to get people they want to get rid of Obamacare, and they want to take healthcare away from tens of millions of people. So they really don't. It's really bullshit. And God's like, they're gonna die, they're gonna go to heaven, and God's gonna be like, dude, so okay, you let the baby, you want the baby to be born, and then when she's born, or he is born, why didn't you allow them to have healthcare? What the? So that they could be born, but what if they get sick? No, fuck it. So, all right, let's move on to what I was going to talk about today, and because I didn't know that the hearing was going to happen today, and I just wanted to. Oh, by the way, actually, I cannot remember this fucking guy's name. He's a Republican congressman, and he's a dentist, and he was speaking, and he told Strzok that that America isn't a democracy, it's a republic, and that's why we have the Electoral College, and that is true. We were a republic, we were not a democracy. Well, we were a democracy in the ancient Rome and ancient Greek sense. So the poor and the landless did not have a vote when we first became a country. That is true. But that guy is a perfect example of why, in reality, the right hates democracy, which is why this new guy that's going to be on the Supreme Court, Brett Kavanaugh, he has a history of they are going to gut the Civil Rights, the Voting Rights Act. They're going to gut that, because guess what? There's no fucking reason. Now listen, the Democrats are not great, okay? Democrats, they suck, they fuck things up, all this shit. But there is no way black people are going to fucking vote Republican. They'll have their Ben Carsons, and they'll have their this guy that I'm going to get to later. But they have people, they have their tokens, okay? But the reality is black people are not going to vote Republican, because that's fucking insane. You're voting for someone to then take away your vote. And like, what, come on. Like, the Democrats suck, but we're not going to take away your fucking vote. Or they, I don't know why I say we, I'm not in that group. But anyways, this is what I really want to talk about. Papa John said the N-word in a conference call. What a fucking moron. And that's the thing. So yeah, it was a conference call between Papa John's executives and the marketing agency Laundry Service. In that call, Shatner was asked how he would distance himself from racist groups online. He responded by downplaying the significance of his NFL statement, and he said, Colonel Sanders called blacks blank enters. Whew. Dude, Colonel Sanders, like, dude, he might have, honest to God, Colonel Sanders might have lived. I'm gonna look it up. He might have literally been born. Dude, Colonel Sanders was born in 1890. Dude, this guy was born in the 19th century. John, to equate, like, you're living in a different world and different sensitivities, man. Colonel Sanders lived from 1890 to 1980. Okay, like, I'm not defending the guy, Colonel Sanders, but he lived in a different fucking time, dude. But I think, but I don't want to talk about Kaepernick. I don't want to talk about Kaepernick necessarily because, like, it's done. We've killed it. White people came in, took the movement over, turned it into something else. But like with Donald Trump calling them sons of bitches, the people, and so that's the thing, is that racist groups on the internet were fans of Papa John's saying, after him, being mad, he got rid of Papa John's being the sponsor for the NFL because of all the kneeling going on, and so racist groups were happy about it. And that's the thing, is like, it's always been the topic has always been racial, but it's been racial in different ways. For black people, it was never about America, like the flag. It was never about patriotism or the troops or any of that stuff. It was always about race. It was always about white cops murdering armless black males, unarmed men. The cops killing black people. That is why Kaepernick was doing it, because people were dying. And then the same day that the NFL passed the rule of the same day that the NFL passed the rule, the same day that the NFL passed the rule that you cannot kneel for the anthem, the Milwaukee police released the video of Sterling Brown being tasered by cops, an NBA player for the Milwaukee Bucks. So, and then also you have Stephon Clark, and Kaepernick. Kaepernick didn't get a job, and people, like, just people are like, oh, you don't like it, leave. It's like, like, that's such a dumb. It's like, by that standard, you don't like it, founding fathers, then fucking leave. You don't like being under British rule? Fuck it, go live somewhere else, dude. Fucking move west and live with the Indians, man, or fucking get the, fuck you. This is the American colonies. They're British colonies in America, dude. Fucking, it's insane. That you know what though? Those people are racist. It's the reality. The people that were mad about it don't like black people. Because if you actually liked black people, you would have ignored, like the Kaepernick wearing the Castro shirt and the pig socks. Those are bad. But if you're actually listening to what he's fucking saying, if you actually cared about black people, you'd actually listen to what black people are saying. You wouldn't go, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. No, we know that. But actually, the reason why we're saying Black Lives is because the reason why they're saying Black Lives Matter is because actually not all lives matter. So it's just, so it's always been, and so they use white, like, people who don't care about black people, used it to talk about the flag when it wasn't about the flag. And I want to bring up now moving on a little bit, but still in the same context. On November 6th of 2017, the Green Bay Packers hosted the Detroit Lions for Monday Night Football. The Packers were paying tribute to veterans that night, and they were giving handing out cute little American flags to those entering the stadium. By the end of the game, veterans started to recognize that a lot of these flags were being left on the ground. As one veteran put it, we started noticing people leaving flags on the ground next to food wrappers and beer cups. We found a couple on the bathroom floor. The veterans I was with started to get a little upset, and I don't blame them. I mean, think about that, a bathroom floor. People are mad about kneeling. Like listen, I probably wouldn't be a person that would kneel personally, but like, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't care, like, enough in that sense. Like, I'm more upset about black people getting killed than, like, what happens to a flag. I'm more worried about, innocent people dying needlessly. Other than abortion. No, I just support abortion because men get to fucking just bounce if they want. So, like, you be a poor single mom. Let's do it. Yeah, let's see how you go. Let's see how it goes for you. Let's see you do that. No, but anyways, back to people in that there were thousands of people just tossed a little flag away like it was nothing. And I guarantee you a lot of those people would, if you ask them how they felt about Kaepernick taking a knee or not, they would probably say they disagree with Kaepernick taking a knee. So it's bullshit. But here's another flag story that's different, but it's in the same course. I was walking to the store to go get a tea. I bought a tea, and I was coming back. And as I come back, I go by a neighbor's house, and they have a truck. And on that truck, they have two flags. On one side of the truck, they had an American flag. And on the other side of the truck, they had a Confederate fucking flag. A Confederate fucking... The one wanted to secede from the other, you fucking idiot. Like, Jesus Christ, man. It's like Islamic terrorist driving a truck, and on one side he had an ISIS flag, on the other side he had El Nusra flag. Like, those two don't go together. The American flag and the Confederate flag do not go together. Now, that's obviously not an apples to apples comparison. Obviously, I'm just saying, like, the two don't. It's like a French flag and a British flag in the 1600s. Be like someone rocking those two flags in the 1600s. You go, no. I'm French, fuck the British, or I'm British, fuck the French. You can't, these people, and that's why I fucking love the idea that, like, NASCAR people don't like fucking, like, people kneeling. I don't want get that damn Kaepernick out here for kneeling for the flag. Dude, there are people rocking the Confederate flag at races, dude. My God. Fucking think. Alright, that was my honest shit. Now it's time to wind down with the nonsense of this fucking world we live in. Radio host Jesse Lee Peterson had on Laura Southern, where they discussed that Nelson Mandela was evil and South Africa better under apartheid. Nelson Mandela was an evil man, and when they brought him here to our country presenting him as a good person, I would say no. Nelson Mandela is head of the African National Congress. He's not a good man. Do you agree with me that Nelson Mandela is an evil man? Peterson asked Southern. Southern replied, well, the fact that he introduced his opposition with 57 public bombings and was part of the Communist Party, I don't think that's an opinion. I think that's an objective statement. If he had been white or even Asian or anything but black, and during the time he was in, I think there would have been far more criticism. Well, actually, there was criticism, and he actually went to fucking jail. It wasn't like he killed people and he got away with it. The dude, like, it's actually, he could have died in jail. Like, so anyways, later in the show, Peterson says, and by the way, too, it's not like black people were just, like, walking about and, like, they weren't getting killed. Later, Peterson said, "It seems to me people were better under apartheid than they are with what's happening now." Then Miss Southern goes, "That's something that, of course, I feel like I can't even give my opinion on. I would say under apartheid, just because things were better under apartheid does not mean apartheid was good. What it means is that the government now is doing such a poor job and socialism is so bad that's literally worse than apartheid." Now that's just, these two just reek of, like, I'm so ignorant of South Africa, but they, like, make me feel like I'm smart about it. I should know more about South Africa. It's a good fucking place to look at, like, what happened. It's the stats of poverty and the difference between wealth in South Africa and in with the whites and the blacks South Africa. It's like this idea that it's still, like, just because South Africa got rid of apartheid, which is good, obviously, but it's not like everything was just gonna go, like they were just gonna get shit going. Like, it's been like 14 fucking years. People take for granted so fucking much in this country that when we first became an independent colony from the British, dude, we had fucking huge problems. It was actually kind of remarkable. We are the only country that became an independent country, and I mean, shit was bad. Obviously, there were slaves, the women's rights. I mean, there was things, but the fact, like, shit usually falls apart, and we were able to stick. We had shit like the Shays Rebellion. Like, shit was tenuous here. We just, because we get to live in America 300 years later, God, people are so fucking dumb. These people are dumb. Nonsense. But these people just don't know shit. Like this guy, David Daubenmire. Here's the title of an article. Adrenaline-filled blood from abortion and child sacrifice is a source of power for the Christ-hating left. This Daubenmire guy is a right-winger who has like a TV or like a blog or a podcast, webcast thing, and he always wears like a camouflage hat with a cross on it, and like the background's like a football stadium. He goes, "Why are they so upset about abortion?" Daubenmire asked rhetorically. "Why are they so interested about death? Why do they want so much? The most important right they're ever going to have is the right for a woman to be able to murder her unborn baby." Jesus. Yeah, because, like, I mean, Jesus, the right, you guys, but then, yeah, they're born, and then it's like, they're broke. Can we get them some health care or something? Or some health care, some welfare? Fuck that, that's bullshit. You're going to teach them bad things. The question prompted one of the participants on the live stream to explain that abortion is the basis of their power because, quote, "these people are Satanists who sacrifice children and they use the children's blood for their drug, adrenochrome. Oh my god. Oh god. That's why we're honest nonsense, man, because we can talk some honest shit and then finish off with some nonsense, because this country is filled with a lot of fucking nonsense. Like pastor, right-wing pastor and radio host, he said that this is the Battle of Gettysburg to outlaw abortion. So America is a nation divided against itself. You can tell me that on the issue of killing innocent people. America, prisoners who are wrongfully convicted, but they were black, and so they can easily get thrown in prison, and then they got, it's babies. America was one time split on the issue of enslaving innocent people. Now America is split on the issue of killing innocent people. Now I posit the question: which is more serious in your mind? The killing of innocent people is even worse. Which is more serious in your mind? The killing of innocent people is even worse than enslaving of innocent people. They're both egregious sins. You know what? I gotta say this. If you ask me if I had to be a slave or I had to be aborted as a fetus, I'd pick being aborted. You know what? I wouldn't fucking know. I don't remember what it was like to be in the womb. I wouldn't fucking known. And then I would have went up to God, and if you were religious, you just would have gone up to heaven sooner, and you wouldn't have to know people like Kevin Swanson. So he goes, he also noted that that there were at least 3 wicked Republican senators that could hinder the end of Roe v. Wade. The reality is Susan Collins is going to vote for fucking for Brett Kavanaugh. She's gonna. He goes, "We have entered the Battle of Gettysburg on the battle of abortion, at least on the political level," said Swanson. "The future is always in God's hand, and abortion will be done with." That's not true. The future won't be in God's hands. The future will be in 5 white males on a Supreme Court. That's whose hands will be in. And why is it with these pro-life people? Why is everything a battle? You know? Why is everything a fucking battle? Everything's a battle. Everything's a war. Everything's a battle and everything's a war. Like, fucking A. This is the nonsense, man. This is the honest nonsense we live in. Peace out. Till next time.